Everyone has been talking about interactive website brand guidelines. We are currently seeing a revolutionary change in the way that people can directly access a brand's assets in real time. And for many agencies, this is their first light bulb moment for ways they can innovate traditional handoff processes. And the opportunities that this potentially gives us over the next decade is exciting but also intimidating. But instead of thinking what this is going to look like in the next decade, I'm going to be talking about what it's like today and how we can take advantage of the opportunities in front of us right now. If you don't know what a brand guidelines is, it's essentially a document handed over at the end of a brand identity process which allows designers or other stakeholders who may be applying the brand identity to a project to apply it correctly in line with how the brand designers intended. In other words, it's essentially a rule book or a how-to document which discusses how to use the logo, exactly what colours to use and where to use them, how typefaces should be formatted, and it even covers specific photography rules. Now, for the longest time, this has been presented as a PDF. But the problem with a PDF is that clients lose them, they can't directly access the brand assets, and if they get updated, they'll need a new version sent over to them. So a good example of this new interactive brand guidelines is Dropbox. Now, if you haven't seen the Brand Hub, let me quickly walk you through it. Okay, so let's take a look at Dropbox's new brand guidelines. Now you can preview the logos, see how they animate things, you can copy the brand colors straight to your clipboard, and in the imagery section, you can even directly download the brand assets. Now, not only is this a nice experience, but it's also better for the business. Why? Because clients and internal teams don't need to scroll through 50 Slack messages or dig through old emails to find brand assets. It removes friction, it reduces errors, and it protects the brand. So this is the opportunity that I want to highlight, because most designers are still handing off zip folders, 30-page brand PDFs, but what we're talking about here isn't just an upgrade, it's a better product that clients are willing to pay more for. Over the past 8 months, I've been building a fully interactive brand guidelines template using Framer. Okay, so this is the very first look inside of the brand guidelines Framer template. And I'm really proud to be showing you this because honestly, this has taken us so long to develop. Now you can see the first page is a home page, and apart from the home page, we've split it into 8 different pages, which pretty much covers the entire essentials of a brand guidelines. So I'm going to take you through it. You can see there's some text behind. That's actually going to reveal as a scroll text, so I'm just going to play this now and show you. So the first page is brand guidelines. We have view all or our website, which is obviously going to take you to your own website. And if we scroll down, we have an introduction. This is the Non-Stop Brand Identity Style Guide. It tells you who we are, what we stand for, how we talk, how we look, whenever and wherever the Non-Stop shows up in the world. So if we scroll down here, this way we can start to first see the interactive elements. So we have strategy, logo usage, typography, color palette. You can already see there, we can copy the codes over, which is really cool. Photography, brand assets, tone of voice, and social media layout. And at the bottom here, we just have a footer. We're actually going to swap this out for an image. Again, this is still quite a late prototype now. This is going to be live in the next couple of weeks. So let's start with strategy. If I click that, you can see we have the text which animates there using Framer. And if we scroll down, you can see we have a brief introduction about the business and also what makes us dangerous and why we exist, aka the mission and the vision. So if we scroll down here, we have some values that we fight for. If we highlight those, it's going to come up with a bit more detail about them. And then logo usage. So you can see we've got this nice animation to start with. If we scroll down, we have all these downloadable buttons so that we can download all the assets in one place. We've got the primary logo. We've got the primary logo for small use. Clear space here. Misuse of logo, showing people what not to do with the logo. Our word mark clear space, co-branding, misuse of logo, and finally our alternate logo. If we take a look at typography, you can see we've got this nice animation to start with. If we scroll down, we can see our headline. It tells us suggested size, subheads, which you can see from this on the left that it's going to be half the size of the primary headline. And then we have the body copy as well, showing our other font. You see here, we've also got a download button to download the typography straight away. And then down here, we have the hierarchy and usage. So we can show people what tracking and leading is correct. So you can see here, the tracking and leading when it's at 0.02 and 0.9 in comparison to when it's too tight or alternatively too loose, making sure that the clients don't destroy the brand that you've created. If we take a look at color, we have our primary colors here. This is one of my favorite pages simply because of how easy it is to copy the hex codes. You'll know the pains if you've created brand guidelines before. Some clients don't even stick to the correct hex codes, and they just guess a similar colour. So this honestly solves a lot of problems. You can just press copy here, and that's actually going to copy it to the clipboard. So we've got our primary colours at the top, and then underneath it we have our secondary colours, and again, short paragraph just explaining why we've chosen these for our secondary colours. If we go into photography, we can actually drag these across as some examples. We have some pictures here of me smoking cigars, doing podcasts, doing public speaking events, and then pretty much doing what I'm doing right now, making brand guidelines, covering the whole lot. And we talk about our photography style. So we have flash of luxury, unpolished but deliberate. We actually shoot this on a Leica camera. It's an old-fashioned one. I've probably got it behind me somewhere. Let me quickly show you. This is one of the best point-and-shoot cameras if you're looking for that old retro feel like this. We make sure to have it on flash. I believe it's called the Leica Mini Lux, yeah, and this is the Hong Kong edition. Really good camera, definitely recommend it. It can take a little while to actually get the film developed, but it's definitely worth it. As you can see, we have some of these images here. So you can see at the bottom there, we say that we use photography to show energy, status, and also story. And then we've got the brand assets. You can actually change these icons to your own icons. I've not done that for this example. We have some icons here, which are actually some stamps that we do stamp onto letters to clients when we work with them from different countries. So you can see here we have a Dubai one, United States, France, Germany, etc. Some illustrations, which you've probably seen if you follow me on Instagram. Again, you can click these buttons and download them. We also have a bit of a navigation bar at the top here I forgot to show you. And then we've got tone of voice. We can click this button here to generate example copy in our tone of voice. And if we scroll down, we can see what our tone of voice is. For non-stop, it's direct, bold, and daring. And if we click this arrow here, everything's nicely animated. You can see that it changes here, and also the correct one lights up here on this side. Click it again, and it'll do the same. We've got a small paragraph here. I need to change that. I don't know why I've left that in. And you can see these cards change as well, which is pretty cool. And then finally, we have the social media layout. We still need to do a little bit of work to this page yet because there's a few problems when clicking it. That's another carousel that I've done for a previous client. But yep, if we scroll down, we can got some social media examples. I'm actually going to change this into a grid because at the moment, this scroll feature, I mean, it's all right, but I think that in a grid would probably be better. You can actually click these again. You'll be able to download them by just clicking here. And that's essentially the entire brand guidelines document. Everything's fully responsive, fully interactive, and the best part is that you can publish it as a website. Now, the craziest part is that Framer lets you publish this for free. No paywall, no pro plan specifically required, and that means that every designer can start building interactive brand guidelines today. Now, if you do want to pass it on to your clients with their own custom domain, then you can choose the Framer Pro plan. And if you use the code Jack Watson, that's going to give you 25% off your first 3 months with Framer. Now, the template that you're looking at today isn't available just yet, but if you want to be the first to know when it goes live, then the first link in the description, you'll be able to join my newsletter. This will give you early access to when it drops, and you'll also be the first to find out when it's live.